Hello everyone, and welcome along to this session today, which is all about the printing charity and how we can help employers support their staff wellbeing. So I'm Sophie Kirby and I'm Head of Education and Partnerships at the printing charity, and thanks for being here today. I thought we would start off by looking at the UK picture of mental health. And naturally, as you would expect, because of the COVID pandemic continuing on for almost 12 months now, the picture is very stark and not particularly positive. 54% of adults are reporting that they are feeling anxious or worried at the moment, and that rises to 63% of women. 66% of people in the UK believe that the future will now be worse for them and for everybody else. And that is translating into 22% of people drinking more alcohol to cope and 36% of people overeating to cope. 27% are reporting feeling lonely, 22% are reporting feeling hopeless, and 54% are reporting feeling frustrated. These figures have come from the Mental Health Foundation study, which is looking at the impact of COVID on a monthly basis throughout the last 11 months. And when we look at that from an employment perspective, we can see that mental health is the #1 reason for long-term sickness absence. ACAS has estimated that the cost of that sickness absence is 91 million lost working days every year, the cost of which they estimate to be £30 billion to employers. And actually, the stigma remains in place. You may feel that yourself, and you may have seen it yourself, that 95% of employees who call in sick due to stress give a different reason for them to be off work. And ultimately, when we look at this data and we look at the journey that we have all been on in the last 11 months, we have to recognise that the long-term impact of COVID-19 is really unknown. So it's from this particularly stark position that I want to share with you today what we can do to support employers and their staff members across the print, paper, publishing, packaging and graphic arts sectors. So let me start by telling you about the charity. Perhaps you have already heard of the charity, perhaps it's something that you have known is in existence for a number of years, but I'd like to refresh your memory of exactly what it is that we do to support the people in the sector. So, as I have said, we are the national charity for people in print, publishing, packaging, paper and the graphic arts, and we're here to help everybody. What do we offer? Well, we offer a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week helpline service. And this, of course, is what I'm going to focus on today to tell you a little bit more about. But in a nutshell, this is a free and confidential service that you can offer to your staff to support their well-being. It offers practical advice from Citizens Advice Bureau trained individuals, and it offers emotional support and counselling from BACP accredited counsellors. We also, at the moment, are open for applications for our Rising Star Awards. You may have seen this, hopefully you have, and you may know that historically this was called the Print Futures Awards. These are an opportunity for young people who work within our industry, aged 18 to 30, to apply to us for a training and development grant of up to £1,500. We really believe in supporting the long-term future of the sector, and we really want to support young people push forward with their career development and their skills development. So we are looking for people to apply to us for this opportunity now. Applications are online via our website, and they are open until the 7th of March. So if you have anybody 18 to 30 that you recognise might be a rising star and may benefit from an investment in their personal development, then I would really encourage you to visit our website and check out more information on our Rising Star Awards. You may also be aware that we offer financial assistance for people who need our help. This is financial grants for people who are struggling with everyday expenditure. It might be that due to their circumstances, they need money to support the payment of their household bills, their electricity, their food bills. Or it might be that they have an unexpected cost, such as the failure of a washing machine, a fridge freezer, etc. And we're here to help those people financially. If they have worked within our sector, they do work within our sector, or they are retired from our sector, then they may be eligible for our support. If you know people in your business who, due to the impacts of a family breakdown or caring responsibilities or very many other reasons, are struggling financially, we can support people who are in the workplace. Or if you know people in your network who are out of work, or those who have retired from your organisations, if you are aware of financial need, then please encourage them to contact us to find out more about how we may be able to support them. And it may be that we can offer them guidance, advice, support around their benefits, around debts, around the management of their money, in addition to any financial support that they may be eligible for. So just as I'm doing here today, we're keen to meet with businesses and to build relationships with businesses and to understand exactly what's going on in the sector, and to continue to develop our reach so that we can continue to reach more people who need our support. And every year, the impact of COVID, we do come together to celebrate our achievements at our annual luncheon. I should also mention that we have 2 sheltered homes. These are in Bletchley and Basildon, and they are for people who have retired from the sector. So again, if you know people within your network and those geographies work, if they're interested in sheltered housing, then they should reach out to us and get in touch. We have vacancies in Basildon, but we're happy to hear from anybody who might be able to benefit from this sheltered housing in both Bletchley and Basildon. So if anything that I have said there about the printing charity is of interest to you or resonates with you, then I would really encourage you to visit our website, www.theprintingcharity.org.uk, find out more information, or you can connect with me using the networking event later on this afternoon, or via LinkedIn, or you can drop me an email, sophie@theprintingcharity.org.uk. So let me tell you a little bit more about our helpline and how that can support you supporting your staff. As I have already said, it is a free and confidential service that is telephone based. It offers support to people who work within the industry 365 days a year. Over the years, we have become increasingly aware of the challenges that people face at work and at home. And I'm sure that you would agree that the impact of COVID has just brought this more to the fore. And I hope that that is only a positive thing, because it has started to bring these type of conversations into the mainstream about well-being, about taking care of yourself, and about boosting your positive mental health and your physical well-being. We believe that giving somebody the opportunity to speak to someone is absolutely vital, both at the point of a crisis, but also before. And that's a really key point here, because those statistics earlier on, they are from the general public. That is normal people who don't necessarily identify as having a mental health problem or a well-being issue. And actually, we want our service to be there for everybody. And we like to use the acorn analogy, that actually big problems can grow from small issues. So we really encourage everybody to consider rolling this out to their staff so that they can have it there to use for the seemingly unimportant problems that have the potential to grow and become bigger and more problematic. We work with a variety of businesses across the UK already to deploy this helpline, and sometimes it is the first step in an organisation's wellbeing plan, or alternatively, it may be complementary to other activities. We can fit around that. We can have a one-to-one conversation about how it fits into your organisation, how best to get the most out of it for your people. So to recap, it offers 365 days a year access to counselling, and they are BACP accredited counsellors. They are using clinical grade security. There is no sharing of information. You won't know that they have called, and I won't know that they have called. But ultimately, we hope that by giving access to this service, they have gained some help and some support to boost their own well-being. The information and advice service that I have mentioned, the Citizens Advice style setup, is available from 8 till 8 on Monday to Friday. And interestingly, the industry standard of split between calls is 80% to counselling and 20% to information and advice. But for those organisations that we already work with, we have seen a call split of approximately 50-50 between the services, demonstrating that there is a real need to support people in our industry with practical information and advice. And what do I mean by that? I mean financial guidance, I mean debt advice, I mean relationship advice, childcare advice, elder care advice, anything really. And that's really what we say, is we encourage people to just make that call and ask that question. And if the helpline can't help with it there and then they will absolutely direct you forward to another organisation or another resource that can. So, looking then into what you can do to get this service for your staff members. Our preferred method of deployment of this service is through you as employers out to your staff. That allows us to reach lots of people with a clear and accurate message. So if you're interested in learning more about how you might be able to offer this service to your people, then I would encourage you to get in touch today. You can contact us at the email address helpline@theprintingcharity.org.uk. And what will happen is that one of our relationship manager team will get in touch with you or your nominated contact, and they will talk to you more about what the service is and how it can help you. They will then build a relationship with you on a long-term basis, and they will help you with regular communications and content that support well-being in your business. And they can work with you as you develop your well-being plan and move forward with supporting your staff. The service is mainly a telephone-based service, but I just wanted to take the opportunity to point out that there are some other elements to it too. We have online resources available around wellbeing. We have web chat access to counsellors, so people can type instead of call if they feel more comfortable with that. We have this fabulous app, which is an artificially intelligent chatbot, Wobot, who's there to support low mood and anxiety. And he's a great little addition, especially for the younger generation who want to utilise their phones. He checks in with you proactively and he helps teach you how to look after yourself. And we also offer management support, and that is the ability for yourself and people with managerial responsibilities in your business to phone up for guidance on how to deal with difficult issues, how to consider how to approach problems, for practical legal advice, for ACAS style advice. So we hope that there is something really within the helpline package for everybody. And to finish up, you might be wondering, well, where's the catch? And what's the cost? And the truth of it is there is no cost. We at the Printing Charity believe that this is a really valuable resource that we want to make available to everybody across the industry. So there isn't a hidden catch and there isn't a hidden cost. So what we ask you for is your commitment, your buy-in, your desire to get involved and to deploy this and to keep reinforcing it across your workforce. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please get in touch and we will look forward to chatting with you about the next steps. Okay, so that's all of the information that I wanted to share with you today. I hope that it has been a very speedy and interesting overview into the services that we offer. As I have said, there are lots of businesses within the sector who already are taking this service, so potentially there are people within your network who can give you feedback about the benefits of this service. If you have any questions, I will close my presentation and access the chat in a moment to answer those. But as I have said, if you're interested, then please get in touch.